The stakes are humongous. On Tuesday, fortunes will be won and lost in a matter of minutes. But when you're down at the TAB or drawing the office sweep, you might spare a thought for the jockeys. Sure, the champions are well rewarded, but they earn every cent. This really is one of the most dangerous jobs around. I didn't realise just how dangerous until I spent some time with a couple of our very best riders, Darren Beadman and Damien Oliver. When you see what they go through and how many jockeys are killed and injured at work, you won't be surprised to hear there's now a national inquiry to get some long overdue answers. It's one of the great sights in world sport. 24 horses and jockeys thundering into the Flemington home straight, all desperate to win our most famous race, the Melbourne Cup.
No one's given an inch. It's on for young and old, and it's dead set, iron to iron, flesh to flesh.
Australian racing is the toughest in the world. Our tracks are like coliseums, our jockeys modern gladiators. Pound for pound, they're the bravest of athletes. It must be just intoxicating.
It is. It's a bit like a drug, I suppose. Once you get it, you might just want more.
Who in the course of their job puts their life on the line daily? They've got that much sitting on the back of a horse. That's all the contact they have sometimes is about their ankle. You know, their hands, the rest of their body's all flying in the breeze. And if they fall off, a field of 20 horses might go over the top of them.
As they there's trouble over the back. There's horses gone left, right and centre. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down.
It really brings you back to the field when you see something like that happen, and you know, it can happen to any one of us at any time.
Darren Beadman is Australia's premier jockey. His love for horses started with a black pony named Trojan.
I used to whip over to Lackey Park, which is a trotting track in Moss Vale, and I used to become race caller, trainer, jockey.
Did you win a few Melbourne Cups on him?
I did. I was always flying down the outside.
The urge to sit on the back of half a tonne of horse and travel in excess of 60 kilometres an hour wouldn't come naturally to most of us. But champion jockeys like Darren Beadman, Damien Oliver and Kathy O'Hara all have one thing in common. They were born to ride.
It was my stepbrother and my older brother. We all had ponies, and we used to have pony races. My stepfather was a trainer, and we used to race around the track, and you know, we give each other handicap starts, and you know, we'd be breaking branches off trees and using them as whips, and it probably ruined our ponies because every time we got on them, they wanted to take off on us.
I used to do the whole walking down the back laneway on my pony, riding it out like I was in the Melbourne Cup, especially the week after the Melbourne Cup after I just watched it. We'd be like, Kathy O'Hara in the Melbourne Cup. Yeah, I used to do that.
You win a few in your dreams?
Yeah, I won plenty.
Next Tuesday afternoon, more than 100,000 people will pack the stands here at Flemington for the Melbourne Cup. It's a race like no other. Legends are made on this turf. But if there's one Cup legend that stands alone, it's when champion jockey Damien Oliver rode the race of a lifetime in memory of a fallen jockey, his late brother Jason.
You know, I was thinking to myself, you know, what would my brother wanted me to do? And I thought, if I was sitting at home watching that race on the couch, he would have been thinking to me, you idiot, you know, why did you do that? So, you know, it was because of him it made me want to become a jockey.
Jason Oliver was killed in a fall just days before the 2002 Melbourne Cup. This after the boy's father, Ray, had also died in a race fall more than 20 years ago.
Lights flash, racing.
Trainer turned sports broadcaster Richard Friedman was one of 100,000 fans at the track, urging Damien on.
He was under the incredible stress of the whole emotional roller coaster and dealing with his mother, his only surviving relative who had lost her son after losing her husband. He's dealing with all of that. He's trying to get his head round riding the favourite in a Melbourne Cup.
Fantastic, but Damien Oliver riding with the spirit of Jason, out by 3 on medium Puzzle. I think he's got the cup won. Beekeeper Mr. Brewster running on from Media Road, but it's Media Puzzle clear, and Media Puzzle. Damien and Dermot have done it.
I think it's one of the greatest moments in Australian sport, maybe in Australian history.
Damien Oliver has done it.
As soon as I crossed that line, I looked up to the sky, and it was almost as if he was there with me, and it was a great tribute to my brother.
Well, it gives me tingles when I watched it again the other day. Have you watched it back?
Took me probably, I don't know, 30, 50 times to watch it without actually getting a tear. And even now, I still get quite emotional watching it.
Melbourne Cups don't mean a thing to me anymore. I'd give it back right now to have my brother back.
You could shoot a movie with that as the climactic scene. And everyone would say, that's so implausible. You know, I can't believe that, that's rubbish. But truth is always stranger than fiction.
Which is I reign supreme as there's trouble over the back. There's horses gone left, right and centre.
It's an awful truth about racing that death is a jockey's pillion passenger. More than 300 have died on Australian tracks. Falls aren't common, but they can be catastrophic. Horses can break a leg, clip heels, or even shy from a flock of seagulls.
Over the back of the track, there's 1, 2, 3, 4,
5 jockeys fell in this one freakish incident.
There's 5 down.
The grim reality is that sooner or later, every jockey will be turned into a rag doll.
It still sends a shiver through my spine.
Incredibly, Darren Beedman survived this fall without breaking a bone.
Like I didn't fall on my leg or my side, it was dead set on my head.
Speared into the ground.
Exactly, yeah.
Why did you get back on a horse?
Because I love it. I love riding.
Straight baby-faced assassin from today. Don't stop. Oh, there's a couple down back in the field.
I knew that I'd done some damage to my back. It was like someone had hit me in the middle of the back with a sledgehammer.
Damien Oliver broke 3 vertebrae in his spine 7 months ago.
Pretty lucky. Yeah. Didn't need to be much worse to be paralysed, I don't think.